We got more Dragon Ball news. Let's go over all this. As always, in the beginning here, I'm going to go over basically the spark notes of what's going on with this video in terms of the news and information. You can skip through the video, feel free to. So first thing is Dragon Ball Daima has officially been nominated at the 2025 Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. That is huge. While it's probably likely not going to win, I think that this is just big overall for just Dragon Ball and anime in general, because anime usually doesn't make it in the Kids' Choice Awards. Like, it rarely gets nominated, and I'll go over the last time it was nominated. We also got information on Toei Animation's financial report for the fiscal year, which is actually pretty important for Dragon Ball as well. And finally, the last thing here is more of, I would say, speculation. This is put out by somebody in a Discord server for Dragon Ball Project Multi. For those of you that are following that game and are excited for that game, it is releasing this year. That is confirmed for 2025. However, the leak, I guess, on this is not really reliable. I wouldn't put a lot of money into it or take much stock with it. We'll go over it anyway, just because I thought it was interesting, and it's not impossible that this could be having some information or an update being revealed at this specific event. So, like I said, you can skip through the video if there's anything in here that you are interested in. If none of this stuff pertains to you, you don't care about it, you do not have to watch this video. Let's get into the Dragon Ball Daima nomination. So, Toei Animation posted this. It's also on the official website for the Kids' Choice Awards. Please go vote for Dragon Ball Daima. You know, it's imperative that us as Dragon Ball fans and as fans of anime, you should vote for it. Now, let's go over the actual, nominees here. We have Teen Titans Go, which that is actually a very popular show, more popular than I thought it would be. I'm personally an OG Teen Titans viewer. I, grew up watching that. It was very good, right? For a cartoon show, like on Cartoon Network or whatever, it was damn good, right? And all these on here are, they're not only on Nickelodeon or like these are all just cartoons in general, right? It's not, something that has to be specific to Nickelodeon. We have this show called The Loud House. Never watched it. I've definitely heard of it. This is probably not a more recent show, but I stopped watching cartoons during probably the time that this, came out. So yeah, that's a thing. Then there's Monster High. Never watched that. I've seen it before, like I've heard of it, but I remember it was like an actual cartoon. That looks like 3D animation, so this must be like a new version. That's how I'm showing my age here, y'all. I'm sorry. Then of course we have Dragon Ball Daima, which is fire. That's awesome. I love that it's there. SpongeBob, which that shit never ends, as well as The Simpsons, which is going on forever. Now, it's very, very likely that either SpongeBob or The Simpsons will win this. I think anything's possible, but I just don't see Dragon Ball Daima winning this, but it's the fact that it got nominated, which is awesome, right? And the last time an anime got nominated, okay, was Pokemon in 2000. 25 years later, we finally got an anime nominated at the Kids' Choice Awards. And the Kids' Choice Awards is pretty big, y'all, okay? I mean, I'm not saying it's like, the Grammys or the Emmys or whatever the fuck, the Oscars or any of that shit, right? But this is still pretty big for, an anime show like this, right? So Dragon Ball Daima, shout out to Toon Hive, by the way, becomes the first anime to be nominated for the favorite cartoon at Nickelodeon's Kids' Choice Awards since Pokemon, dude. That's fucking crazy. Y'all know how big Pokemon is, right? Like, that's insane that Dragon Ball has finally, broke past its limits. It went past its limits. It's in the upper echelon of, this mainstream series, right? And that's awesome, especially Dragon Ball Daima too, out of anything. Like, you're not going to be seeing like One Piece or Naruto or, why'd I say it like that? I said it like Sasuke, Naruto. Yeah, Naruto or One Piece or did I already say One Piece? Sorry. Jujutsu Kaisen, like those shows are a lot more, I don't want to say gritty, but they have a lot more violence. Dragon Ball Daima is very, very mild, right? And I know that's a criticism that people have for it, but that's why I'm saying, like, you're only going to see shit like Pokemon and... Why am I saying it like that? Pokemon. What's going on with my pronunciations today? It's early, y'all. It is very early. It's 5 in the morning. So, yeah, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Daima. I can't really think of any other anime that are, like... very, very mild. But yeah, Dragon Ball is that anime, right? It is that anime. It's peak. And that's cool. That's really cool that it made it up there. If you guys already forgot, today, by the time this video is getting uploaded, both episodes 19 and 20, the finale of Dragon Ball Daima English dub is airing. Best 2 episodes by far. It's going to be peak. We're going to finally hear Sean go Super Saiyan 4. We're going to hear Chris do Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta voice acting, as well as the Bulma, the iconic Bulma and Vegeta scene. I'm very, very curious and interested to see how they're going to translate everything, if they're going to keep it the same, or if it's going to be... I hope they don't fuck it up and make it too different, right? But yeah, I'm going to link this down below for the Kids' Choice Awards. Definitely go vote for Dragon Ball Daima. I would appreciate it. That would be awesome. Other than that, I mean, like I said, it's not likely that we're going to see it win, but it would be really, really fucking cool if it did, right? Moving on here, we have Toei Animation's financial report of the full fiscal year of 2025. We recently covered Bandai Namco's financial report, and this is really, really crazy, okay? Because this is Toei Animation, okay? This isn't Bandai. Bandai's like merch, video games, all that shit, right? Toei Animation is the anime. Dragon Ball made it to #1. That is big, dude. 26.51 billion yen. Dragon Ball becomes the first ever IP to cross 25 billion yen mark for Toei Animation in a single fiscal year. I mean, do you guys understand the scope of this? How insane this is? One Piece, the biggest, I would say, anime IP out there, right? The biggest franchise out there for manga and anime. It's at second place. And again, this is not to, discredit One Piece or shit on One Piece. I love One Piece. You guys should know this. I love all anime. There's not a single anime out there that I hate or dislike, right? They're all peak, except for, any of them that, yeah, if they're bad, yeah, they're bad, whatever. But for the most part, all the anime that I've seen or manga that I've read, I've enjoyed it because guess what? That's what it's meant to be. These things are created for enjoyment, for pleasure, as a hobby. And it's crazy to see how big Dragon Ball and One Piece are. Toei Animation's killing it, right? Regardless of what you have to say about it, they're killing it. By the way, One Piece is not far behind, okay? 24.96 billion. Like, it's likely that One Piece will get back to the #1 spot very, very quickly here, just because Dragon Ball has no anime right now. But the duration of the time when there was an anime, a very short 20-episode anime for Daima, it popped the fuck off, okay? So anybody that's discrediting, Dragon Ball, or at least when it comes to Daima, saying that Daima was trash or whatever, that's fine, that's your opinion, but it was very successful. People were tuning in. People were, they were watching this shit, right? And it makes me very happy to see Dragon Ball can do this well with an anime that not a lot of people were interested in, right? The minis, people don't really give a fuck about the minis. They don't like, turning back to kids. They don't like the idea of that. But I think those last 3 episodes of Daima, honestly, you can make the anime those last 3 episodes and it would probably get to 26.51 billion again. I'm joking, it's an over an exaggeration, but I think a lot of the audience that tuned into it were those last 3 episodes. Let's be real, right? People definitely watch it with episode 8, okay, because the Tamagami fight was pretty important. Then episode 12, I think, which was Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta Mini versus Tamagami 2. And then after that, he was kind of dead until episode like 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Around that, it started picking up. So that's when it started like ramping up the last 3 to 4 episodes, right? So yeah, this is great. Good for Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball's killing it still. Right now, there's no anime. There's no manga. And all we have are the video games to support us, okay? Bandai Namco's financial report had Dragon Ball at 190 billion yen, by the way. Okay, and One Piece was at #3. So, yeah, that just goes to show Dragon Ball right now is literally on top of the fucking world. It's killing it, right? And it's definitely declining. It's going to decline It's obvious because, again, there's no anime, there's no manga. Right now, it's just video games. Bandai Namco is probably still going to keep having Dragon Ball at #1 just because Dragon Ball has so many games. I don't see it going any lower. If it does go lower, that just goes to show that Dragon Ball games are not doing too well. But if they can maintain the #1 spot throughout 2025 and into 2026, that means that people are still going crazy with it. And it's likely that they will, because Dragon Ball Legends and Dokkan Battle fucking produce so much money. Like, it's ridiculous how much money. Some of y'all have no idea how much money those two games, just Dokkan alone, produces, right? This is actually pretty cool. Interesting. Shoutouts to this user here, Guerni. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sorry. I would assume that they're Japanese. I got my first autograph from Toyotaro Sensei in person. I am truly overwhelmed with gratitude. Look at this. So Toyotaro did a Beast Gohan and Ultra Instinct Goku back-to-back father-son duo artwork. This is awesome. I love this, okay? And signed by Toyotaro himself. So this is official. This is official. All right, now last thing that I want to go over. This, I would say, is speculation. I am not going to say that this is a reliable source whatsoever. This was posted in a Dragon Ball Project Multi Discord, which I don't think it's an official Discord, but the way that, you know, news and information is being presented feels very professional. I will say that. Okay, shout outs to Bricks here. This is the person that put this information out. I don't know where they got this from, but they said, update, Dragon Ball Project Multi release date and title will be released at Anime Expo 2025. Proof type shit. Because yes, these are just the responses. Source? Is there any proof? Y'all finna be disappointed. So yeah, please do not, you know, take this as legit concrete info. It was kind of circulating around Twitter. I'm just bringing it up because I don't want people to get disappointed or be misled. As you guys know, I don't want to put out information that has no source, right? There's zero source on it. If the person is reputable in the community, absolutely, we can take that as a pretty reputable source. This isn't posted by DBS Hype or Chronicles or, you know, anybody in the community that is reliable or reputable, okay? This is just, I would say, either speculation, or if this person does have a source, they're not putting out who the source is or where this is coming from. Again, I do not know who Bricks is. I just recently joined that Dragon Ball Project Multi Discord server because this was circulating around Twitter, and I wanted to see, okay, is there any additional information on this? Like, what's going on? Now, Anime Expo is July 3rd to 6th, which is going to be in a couple of months from now. It's not impossible for Project Multi to get a title and release date at Anime Expo. There's been several big game reveals at Anime Expo. Jujutsu Kaisen Curse Clash more recently. Bleach Rebirth of Souls more recently had their, you know, big reveals at Anime Expo. So, not impossible, but do not take this as reliable information. Don't get your hopes up. It's supposed to be releasing this year, but who knows? Delays can happen, so we'll see. We'll definitely see. I would still tune into Anime Expo because, I mean, we're anime fans, y'all. We're anime fans. We love, you know, this shit. So, obviously, we will be watching, right? Maybe get an update on that fucking Chainsaw Man movie. Goddamn, bro. Oh, I love anime. I cannot wait. Anime Expo is another big event for me that I've more recently tuned into because I've been watching a lot more anime, and I'm very excited to see the future of series that I've been, you know, recently watching or trying to catch up with, right? So yeah, we'll see that. Well, July is huge, y'all. July is going to be the biggest month for us, okay? As anime fans and gaming fans, we are definitely, we have to be here. If we're not here watching this shit, rip. But yeah, that's it. A lot of information, a lot of cool stuff, interesting stuff. All the links and everything will be down below for voting for Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Awards. Thank you for watching. I'll keep you guys posted and updated on any news when it comes to Dragon Ball or just any anime news that I'm interested in, as always. And I'll see you guys next time. Drop a like if you want to keep on supporting the channel, and subscribe here on the channel if you guys want to, you know, you're new to the channel, right? And you want to keep up with information on Dragon Ball and anime and stuff. Peace out. Have a great day.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe. or else I'll destroy your entire planet!